Welcome to Doncast Deep Dive. You know Don Phondeaux, the artist who masterfully blends music and personal narrative in his compilations from a Don series.
Hmm.
Each installment is like a window into his world, offering these curated soundscapes and reflections on lived experiences.
Yeah, they're really unique.
Today, we're diving deep into one of his most celebrated works, The Phondeaux Experience. This is Deep Dive Episode 4.
And we are really going to try and peel back the layers of this particular compilation. We'll explore its origins, its enduring resonance, and what it truly reveals about Don Phondeaux's artistic vision and his own remarkable journey.
Sounds great.
We've got his original blog posts, his reflections, even some specific track commentaries to help us really get into it.
Okay, so for anyone who might be new to Don's work, or maybe even if you're a longtime listener just wanting a bit of a refresher, how would you define Don Phondeaux? What's his whole creative force about, and what's the essence of the compilations from a Don series?
Well, Don Phondeaux is, I'd say, a truly unique creative force. He's not just curating music. He's actively blending sound with, deeply personal storytelling and cultural expression.
Right.
Think of his compilations from a Don series as, well, a collection of themed musical experiences paired with essays. Each one is basically a window into his world,
Okay.
documenting the ambitions, the cultural moments, and, the raw experiences that inspire these soundscapes. It's less about just a playlist and much more about a narrative journey, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. Now, what's truly fascinating about the Phondeaux experience is the story behind it. It seems so personal, so transformative. This wasn't just like a random collection of songs he liked.
Not at all. It was born during a really pivotal time for Don, a period of fresh starts. He'd just gotten his degree, landed his first big job, and was really focusing on his physical fitness, too.
Oh, okay. A big transition period.
Exactly. And he describes feeling this need for an intangible soundtrack, his words, something that would help him redefine himself in this new chapter. And that's exactly where the Phondeaux experience came from.
An intangible soundtrack. I
Yeah.
like that.
He described it not just as a playlist, but an immersion into the flow and energy that perfectly aligned with his evolving identity at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Each track essentially became like a chapter, narrating the victories, the quiet reflections, even the struggles from that specific era of his life. It's a very, very intimate piece.
That idea of a sonic blueprint is so powerful, and it brings us to something Don himself mentions, which feels really relatable about the Phondeaux experience. He actually finds himself in a similar kind of space now,
Right.
feeling a bit adrift, sort of pondering his next steps, and actually longing for that past version of himself that this compilation helped define. It's almost like the music holds the key to rediscovering a lost rhythm for him.
Absolutely. And he recognizes he's probably not alone in that feeling. He believes others who've felt that same sense of, aimlessly wandering will connect with this craving for a return to that Phondeaux experience.
So it's got a universal aspect.
He definitely sees it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
A universal journey of rediscovery. For anyone who hasn't encountered it yet, his invitation is pretty clear. Press play, immerse yourself, and find your own rhythm.
Mm.
He genuinely intends for this playlist to introduce you to that flow he felt because it perfectly captured his essence then, and he believes can resonate with anyone navigating their own chapter of reinvention.
So it's not just a snapshot of his past then, but almost like a living tool for self-discovery that he himself still uses, still refers back to.
Precisely. And if we connect this to the broader impact, Don's own reflections give us a really crucial insight into why this particular compilation has such enduring appeal.
Okay.
He expresses immense pride in it, partly because it hasn't just stood the test of time for him personally. It continues to resonate deeply with new listeners, which must be incredibly rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. He genuinely believes it's the soundtrack that captures it all. The full spectrum of human experience. The highs, the lows, the love, the heartbreak, the ambition, the drive. It's truly a journey through what he calls the Phondeaux experience. He even describes this moment, this specific moment of realization, playing it for the squad at Fifi's place when it was still fresh. That must have been, well, a powerful validation for him.
Oh, absolutely. That moment sounds like it really solidified his belief that he had truly encapsulated the Phondeaux experience.
Right.
And what he found, apparently, was that it had something for everyone. He describes it having something for the dons and sirens, which I think he means, something for those confident, ambitious types and those who embody strength and allure, and also something for the realists and romantics, for the movers and the shakers. It really just highlights its broad emotional appeal.
It's fascinating how his relationship with this compilation seems to evolve over time. He talks about still being on a self-rediscovery journey now, maybe even a deeper one than before. So how does the Phondeaux experience fit into that ongoing process today?
Yeah, that's a great point. It's clear it served its original purpose fully, almost like a lifeline, reminding him of a rhythm he thought was lost.
Mm-hmm.
He notes that while the specific memories tied to its creation might be a bit of a blur now, the feeling never dies. Which leads him to that really beautiful observation. Music is what feelings sound like after all.
That's powerful. Music as an emotional anchor.
Exactly. It's a profound validation of that idea.
And listening to it now, he describes a brand new feel of nostalgia. So it's not just looking back, it's almost a call to action for him, to recapture its full essence. The story's still unfolding for him, it sounds like.
Precisely. He sees the Phondeaux experience as this ever-present resource, always there to be felt, just a oppressive play away. It really underscores how art, especially music, can be both a record of the past and a genuine guide for the present and the future.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the feeling, the intention behind it.
Yeah.
But how did he actually build that feeling? How do these individual songs, these sonic brushstrokes, come together to create that expansive Phondeaux experience? Let's maybe dissect a few key tracks.
Yes, let's do that, because that's the crucial question, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do individual songs contribute to such a powerful, overarching narrative?
I'm excited for this part. I always wonder how artists sequence tracks to really build that kind of story arc.
Okay, well, let's start with Jam by WizKid, which is the opener. This isn't just an intro, it's really an invitation.
Right.
WizKid sets this incredible Afrobeats groove where the polyrhythms almost physically pull you in, you feel it immediately. And the call and response vocals, they create that sense of vibrant communal energy Don describes, perfectly introducing the flow he was seeking during his reinvention. It just instantly gets you moving, both literally and emotionally.
That makes perfect sense, setting the vibe, getting you into that specific headspace right from the get-go.
Exactly. Then maybe we look at Different Case by Show Dem Camp. This track offers a really interesting contrast. It brings this cool, almost vulnerable smoothness.
Okay.
Lyrically, it delves into Don's commitment to ambition and how that can sometimes, strain relationships. The production is just a masterclass in subtlety. It's soothing, but it has this underlying coldness to it.
Interesting.
And the verses are just really well crafted, impressive flows, intricate rhyme schemes. It makes it compelling, both for close listening and just pure enjoyment. You can rap along or just vibe.
So it's not just about the party vibe then. It's digging into the real-life complexities that often come with ambition. That adds a significant layer of depth early on.
Exactly. And speaking of emotional depth, Something Different by Etta Currently Gold is another prime example. Don mentions it always gets him singing along, and you can totally hear why.
Yeah.
It's an almost perfect expression of heartbreak, calling out a player. The beat is immaculate, groovy, sure, but it's Etta Currently Gold's raw, heartfelt vocal delivery. He's almost pouring his broken pieces out over that rhythm. That's what makes it so potent.
Right, the delivery matters so much.
It transforms that feeling of absence, of being hurt, into this really resonant emotional presence within the compilation itself. It's quite powerful.
That's a great point about the vocal delivery. It's not just the words, it's how they're sung that carries the weight. And then, of course, we've got tracks like Ego by SARS and World, or Shopping Spree by DeVito featuring Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Right, Tired by Good Girl L.A., Find a Bay by Kiz Daniel.
Check M by DeVito, Sabina by Adequately Gold, Wine It by Peter Ranking, Essence by WizKid. There's a whole journey here.
Exactly. The full track list completes this picture.
Yeah.
It's clear each track, even the ones we haven't dissected in detail, is a very carefully curated element, adding its own shade to this rich tapestry of emotions and experiences.
Yeah, it definitely feels curated, not random.
So, bring it all together then. What does the Phondeaux experience truly offer us, the listeners, beyond just being a great playlist? What are the takeaways?
Good question.
Well, I think the overarching themes are really about presence, absence, and what Don himself beautifully termed the poetry of being missed.
The poetry of being missed. I like that.
Yeah. It's a journey that really explores love, heartbreak, ambition, and that profound rediscovery of self we talked about.
And if we really distill it down, it seems to reinforce this fundamental idea that music isn't just background noise, right? It truly is what feelings sound like. It functions as an emotional language in itself.
Absolutely. I think the compilation proves that music can be this incredible repository of personal history, but also a catalyst for future growth. And perhaps the most empowering takeaway for anyone listening is this simple idea. The Phondeaux experience is always there to be felt. Just press play. It's a constant invitation back to yourself.
So for you, the listener, this deep dive isn't just about analyzing Don Phondeaux's music, as interesting as that is. It's really an invitation, isn't it, to reflect on your own journey of reinvention, to maybe consider what your own life's soundtracks sound like, and to recognize the incredible power music has to capture and evoke your deepest emotions.
Yeah, exactly. It's a powerful reminder, maybe, that even when you might feel like you're aimlessly wandering, as Don put it, that unique rhythm you once knew, that person you aspire to be, well, they might just be waiting for you.
Right there, potentially.
All you might need to do is press play.
Thank you for joining this Doncast deep dive into Compilations from a Don. Stay tuned for more explorations of Phondeaux's creative journey. For more stories, playlists, and reflections, definitely visit the Don's domain at donphondeaux.com. And don't forget to check out Compilations from a Don for more curated journeys through sound and story. Enjoy loudly, stay sound.